time we've been fighting the fight for the dreamers. My colleagues. Do you want to hear an answer, or do you just want to shout? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You do not. You don't know what you're talking about.
The revolution always consumes itself. Now, why were those people so mad at Pelosi? Well, they're furious that she's negotiating with the president to protect DACA beneficiaries from being deported. Instead, they want a total and immediate amnesty for all 11 million, maybe 15 million, no one really knows, illegal immigrants currently in this country. Ivan Ceja is an illegal immigrant. He's the founder of Undocumedia. He joins us tonight. Ivan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Tucker. I am undocumented, a DACA beneficiary, and actually born a crime when I was immigrating here at 9 months old.
Huh. So I guess what I find so striking about that video and about a lot of other things that I've seen in the past few weeks is the lack of gratitude and the hostility from people who are really getting a pretty good deal from the United States, apparently. People who are here illegally, breaking U.S. law, benefiting in a lot of ways from U.S. society, which is the richest in the world, the most orderly, the cleanest, the fairest, and yet seem hostile toward the United States. I never hear a single person say, you know what, thank you. Why not, I wonder?
I believe that undocumented immigrants, DACA recipients, are simply reacting to what's continuing to be done over years, and that is they're talking about us, but they're not talking with us. They are not including us in the conversations, and this is something that's going to be addressed. Both parties will be held accountable. People have something to refer to, records, to indicate how promising these agreements can be, and that's voting record. We're going to be holding people on both sides of the party who at some point may have voted against us, and that's all we have. That's the only premise we have.
Wait, hold on, slow down. You're issuing a threat, and I want to understand what that threat means. You're saying as an illegal here, you're not a U.S. citizen. You're saying you and other non-U.S. citizens are going to hold U.S. citizens accountable for not being nice enough to non-U.S. citizens? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that these elected officials are there to represent all constituents, including undocumented immigrants that live in these communities. And although we do not vote them in directly, we do take great part in our community and also ask to be represented. We are paying taxes, we are contributing to the community, and we just ask for representation.
No, what you just, and by the way, I've always been very pro-immigrant and am in some ways still, and pro-immigration actually. You're making me very anti-immigration by what you're saying right now, because of its tone, but also because of the threat you just issued to people who don't see it your way. You're not a U.S. citizen. The U.S. government exists to serve the needs and protect the needs of U.S. citizens. It does not exist to protect the needs of non-U.S. citizens. Do you see the distinction? I think all countries are that way, all of them.
I also understand, do you understand, taxation without representation, something that this country was founded on? I believe we are paying taxes. I believe we deserve to be represented. I'm not issuing any threat other than we are going to go ahead and no longer allow people to make agreements that jeopardize our community behind our back. We want to be protected. We want to have relief that includes our parents, our brothers, our uncles who don't fit the typical dreamer narrative per se.
But why do you have a right to demand anything? I mean, if I and by the way, let me just be really clear. For the 5th time, I'm sympathetic to a lot of the...
Did you just hear what this guy just said?
He's trying to say that he deserves to be represented just like anybody else.
They're saying now, and that's why they interrupted Pelosi, is that they just don't want DACA anymore. They want all their families to be able to make legal too, everyone. They want their uncles, their aunts, their grandparents. They want everybody.
Yeah, there's
so went from DACA straight to, hey, fuck it, everybody.
That's right. They want everybody to just be free and welcomed, and here we go. And what that in all actuality, that might be kind of interesting because become a citizen and half the stuff that you have will probably be taken away, like the rest of us, because we're so busy paying for everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot different. I hope they've thought about that because it's not the same when you're on this side.
No, but they also think that if you look at the statistics, they also take a lot from the welfare state and benefits that they don't it actually costs money per. They do add a little, but not much.
Right.
Plus if you really think about it, coming from white people, I mean, what is the big thing that people are saying? White privilege, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're saying white privilege, I have privilege, and then you're telling me, you had no choice where you were born, but that's how do you expect me to understand that when you're telling me I didn't choose to be born white, I didn't choose to be born in America, yet I am held accountable for what white people did in the past.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So the argument, well, we didn't choose to be born here, it holds no value with most of America because we didn't choose either, yet we're blamed for everything.
That's right. It's very hypocritical.
I would choose this stuff. Did you choose to be born?
We can't choose where we're born, who we're born
you're in
to,
Nevada.
what
Do you
color
get
we are.
choose to be born in Nevada?
Right, no. We have no choice over any of that.
Right, so when they say we didn't have a choice, well, I'm held accountable for the crimes of ancestors I don't even know exist.
Right.
And they're being held accountable for the crimes of their parents. But that's not good. Can't do that.
Well, yeah, and it makes me...
can't do that because that's wrong. But you entitle white people. And
yeah.
But to death. But I love white privilege. I love my white privilege. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love having the privilege of having no one to blame but myself.
Yeah.
For my failures or any of my shortcomings or anything.
That's a great point.
That's really powerful.
Yeah, that's a great point because it doesn't mean anything and you are not the same just because a piece of paper says you are. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into being American. There's a lot of things for being held accountable, and we're all held accountable. Families are broken up all the time by crime in America. You commit a crime, you're going somewhere. It doesn't matter. They're not worried about, well, where's your uncle and your baby? They're taking you. That's it. So these are people that have already broken a law. Some were born here. Some weren't sure. They didn't have a choice. But at the same time, this person here is not acknowledging any difference between any of them. They want it all one big clump. And then what happens? What happens after that?
But that's also the problem with background with privileges is how the elite really cordon people off, Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, they do favor white people because of white privilege. Just the white privilege of not having anyone to blame other than yourself is powerful motivator.
Well, yeah, and it also actually
compared to being told that every issue you face, every struggle, it's from racism or oppression or insolution, and it's hard for people to succeed from that.
That's right.
And that's why, and it's why, Trump is right, where we need to really unite under one common cause.
Right.
And that's to be American.
Right, and Americans have to
work. If
work.
we all agree to be American and all fight what's best for the country, then the rest will snap into place. Because everybody right now is just fighting for the pace. Now you're trying to add DACA people. They don't care about really that much America. If they did, they'd be supporting America.
I believe that a lot of them have worked hard. The problem is to take everyone in devalues being American in the first place. And why do we have rights and laws? And why do criminals go away and we feel safe when we can just let them come in and do whatever they want and actually demand from us that they get what they want because, life wasn't fair to them?
But if did you watch the Ben Shapiro video I posted?
Part of it.
When he talked about, the group in America with the highest income is Asian.
That's something.
So, in other words, when they say the Constitution favors white privilege, and white supremacy, it's not true because Asians have the highest income.
And what did we give them exactly? Did we give them all they came here and they worked, and they did it the right way? Those people.
Well, they came like the ancestors did in early America. They came knowing it's either with kind of Asian privilege. Asian privilege is, they are the same. They don't have anyone to blame. You'll never see them protesting. I mean, they make the funny joke down there when Asian parents tell the kids, why are you no doctor yet?
Right.
Because they're expected
That's
to
right.
be successful.
That's right.
That's why they have the highest medium income. Because when they came here, they had no choice but to succeed. And if you don't, no one cares. Shut up. You're an embarrassment to the family.
That's right. They brought their pride with them. The thing is, I'm more than willing to learn about it and try to figure it out. But it reminds me of the Hillary and Trump election. Like, I never could learn anything. This guy so far in this video has not told me anything. He's not really answered anything. Nothing to make me, even if I'm sitting here willing, I can't figure out anything good about what he's saying.
No.
I can't. I'm not learning a
What's the
thing.
benefit to the country?
Yeah, just
I'm
we're
not
here.
really seeing any other than
No.
some reason I owe them because they were born here.
Right. Oh,
And,
that
and
does,
no one owes you shit.
oh. I want to try to go to Italy sometime and just show up and be like, hi. You know, what do you got for me? Can I have some health insurance and a place to live? Because I'd probably go to jail, or I don't even know. I'd be sent home, that's for sure. I mean, it doesn't work that way.
All right. So I was in Mexico a couple of years ago, and I kind of broke a little law, nothing major, and I got in trouble by the police, and they were fucking ignorant. And I tried to say, well, you're discriminating against me because I'm white.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't end too good for me, because that's when they started hitting me.
Oh, boy.
So,
Wow, if you were in America, you could have made a lot of money off of that.
yeah. But so that's the thing is that everybody wants to come here and claim victimhood status because of numbers.
Yes.
But if I go to where I'm the minority, do you think they're going to give me the same? And no, only America. America needs to find itself again.
That's exactly right. Find itself again.
Immigrants, we need immigrants of the old that came here on a suicide mission, basically. It's either I'm going to make it or I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm. The opportunity is there. It doesn't say you have the right to everything everyone else has. There's a very big difference. It's not land of get whatever you want for free. Take it from everyone that's already worked for it.
My Irish ancestors came here, and before they even got off the boat, they were given a musket and said, hey, go fight for the Union now. If you're not going to fight for the Union, you're going back out in the ocean. Or the Civil War, so... But they came, and my grandparents met on a plantation where they were tobacco strippers and stuff because they were indentured servants.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody in America has a story about coming here, but most people don't even really know it.
Right,
but
that's
we're
true.
held account still for what our ancestors did.
That's
that
right.
we don't even know that they did.
I
So
mean,
I'm sorry, DACA, you get no sympathy from me.
yeah,
If you want to come here and build up America and, be American and design for greatness of the country and yourself, I'm with you.
it's very hypocritical to me to demand status, but you're basically saying that you love it here, yet you're mean and demanding, and you there's nothing else other than you just think you deserve it because there's so many of them. I actually just think they're using the numbers in their favor. That's why they need to say 11 million. I mean, if they really want to sit down, let's sit down and let's say it's 11 million. Let's sit down and detail. Let's just say though it's 11. Let's detail out exactly who's worked for the last 20 years legitimately, whose kids are actually in school, who don't have 20 families living in one house, who aren't sending all their money back to Mexico. I mean, let's just see who's done the right thing, who is paying taxes.
Which why
Let's see what
why
that percentage
Mexico is
is.
very supportive of their people coming here is because they send the money back.
Right. Oh yeah.
Mexico looks at their people as an export.
I'm guessing that a lot of them would not make the cut if it was who actually did Americanize, who is actually trying to be a good citizen here.
All right, let me ask you an honest question. Okay, so let's say we know every American and illegal immigrant's status, whether they're a criminal or a hard worker.
Okay.
Would you be willing to take an American citizen who was a criminal and deport him somewhere and take an immigrant from somewhere else that's actually good? Would you be willing to boot American citizens to fit in hard-working, kick-ass immigrants from around the world?
Would I be willing to boot a criminal and get an immigrant in exchange? Is that what you're asking?
Let's take American citizens born here.
Yes.
And we know which ones are bad people, criminals.
Yes.
Would you be willing to deport those to another country and take that country's best? That would be good people and kick ass and do good things.
Ooh, that's a trick question.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
You would?
Fuck yes.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just stuck in our society. I just think that, the only way to make and create good citizens of your own is to show the difference between the good and the bad. It's like if you're just living in, euphoria all the time with all these great people and people are vanishing and these new replacements are coming in. I don't know. I mean, a truly good person has learned from their mistakes. You see the mistakes around you. That's what makes the good citizens good. So I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I'd do that.
You're speaking from white privilege. You don't really understand because you're white.
Well, that's crap.
You wouldn't understand because
I want a real society.
Experienced anything, but
I think what I want is a real society, and what makes me angry about what he has said so far and this whole demand for all of them is he's taking my real society that we live in. Some are good, some are bad, but we're all it's punished or you're succeeding, but it's diminishing all the stuff I've tried to work for. What I'm telling my daughter, how to be good. Oh, screw it. Just demand, get what you want. But as a citizen, she'll never get that. She can't make demands on the government like that.
She hasn't been labeled victim status yet, which is what people strive for. Because that's the identity politics. That's what's really ruining the country.
It doesn't balance out to me at all. And it diminishes the value of the society I live in, and I hate it. That's the one thing I'm looking for this guy to give me something that helps explain what he's talking about, and he hasn't so far. And it annoys me.
He's not going to. There's no sense really playing any more of the video. I mean, the people listen in on it. They go watch the video. We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah.
And we'll post it, but...
I mean, I want to know.
Definitely, I want to know if the people are listening, what do you think? Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
What is the stuff, because, me and her, because us two are going to bash each other soon anyway. We always argue, and it's coming, but what is it that you want from us as a channel? Tell us what you want us to do. You want us to fuck off and die? That's cool. You want us to, she's a liberal, I'm conservative, I work in law enforcement, I don't know what the hell she does, so whatever. Tell us what it is you would like from us. Yeah. All people are welcome, all opinions, all voices, because as a conservative, keep in mind, conservatives, when we have speeches that liberals try to shut down, we actually open the floor for discussion. Liberals won't open the floor for discussion because they are afraid of what people have to say. And why liberals shut down conservative events? Because they're afraid of people hearing the truth. What else? Why would they shut them down? Liberals like you, not saying you general, if you're losing a debate or you don't want a debate, you'll just shut down. You're racist. If you don't like what I say, you're racist, and it's over. All right, this video is already long enough. Again, thank you guys for listening if you are. Hopefully you are, because we'll get crazier. We're psychotic in a way, because, screw it. So, again, in the comments, we'll leave a link to the whole video. And definitely like and subscribe, and, definitely tell us what you would like us to do. Where do you see us going with this channel? What more would you want from us? Yeah.
Let's get the conversation started, for sure.
As long as you don't shut it down by every day.
I'm about to shut down right now.
You're racist.
You're hurting my feelings.
Whatever. One love, baby. Let's all unite under America. Yeah. Come together, because I tell you what, man, if this country was united, do you know the things that we could accomplish together? Holy crap. Could you imagine if this country was united, what we could accomplish? Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Because there's great ideas on both sides. We just can't seem to get there.
Yeah. I mean, as a one united, and that's how they're designed to take down America. Is you got to divide the people, because united.
Yeah.
Good
No,
luck
I
with
agree.
that.
I do agree with that. It's time to have the conversation. That's what I'm trying to do. I just want to learn and have an actual conversation. I think so.
Liberal in conversation. All right, anyway, I won't bash you anymore. You're a good liberal. I'm just kidding. You're a
trying to be.
medium road liberal. I'm strong conservative.
Yeah, well, you're
Loves
stuck in your
everyone
ways,
and
so look who's talking.
Grew up in a very diverse. I mean, honestly, when I talk to guys I went to high school with, black guys and Asian guys and Hispanic guys, I asked them, when we were all in high school, did you know about racism? And they all said no, not really, no.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to a very diverse school and grew up in a neighborhood that was mixed, and every one of them, when we were kids, we talk now, they had no real clue, understanding of what racism was, is because they just didn't see it. That's what happens when you have people grow up together. And that's how you truly end it all, is you have people grow up together and then just grow together.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I just want everyone to get what they need. You know, I do feel bad for these DACA people. You know, I just need a little bit more. I don't like it when it goes this way, because it's crushing my own argument for them.
I'm willing to fight for you if you're willing to fight for me, and you're coming here to make my life better too.
Right.
And the life of my children better.
Right, yeah.
Because if you're here to kick ass, I will support you. I will do whatever it takes to help you realize your dreams. But I don't want you to become a nightmare. So,
Right.
all right.
Okay.
Again, we're babbling, and we have a lot more videos coming. So, all right.
Okay. Well, till next time. It's always a joy talking to you.
Shut up. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. Wait, was that sexist?
Don't make me come over there. Awesome. Okay. On to the next one.
Let's do this shit.